Last time we left off, you made your way back to Droskar's Crucible. Upon entering, you found everything eerily quiet, very much the same yet somewhat different. Things had changed. Where once there were left behind kobold bodies, now are only smeared bloodstains, seemingly dragging off into the darkness. While the ever-present whispers continue to haunt you, there's a vague feeling of loneliness here. You make your way down the tunnels trying to explore and find out exactly what has changed, only to be beset upon by undead kobold, freshly risen and gnawing on the corpses of left-behind foes. One by one, you battle your way through the undead kobolds, making your way towards the chapel, where you find yourselves stuck behind locked doors as the undead begin to break their way through, fighting your way through the armies of the undead, re-killing those you'd already killed before. You finally make your way into the room that held the well. Far below, you could hear the groaning cries of the undead far below, and through your own ingenuity, you started an oil fire deep in the well to burn the undead away, but decided instead to proceed down the fresh-made hellhole that you created, to instead go east through the smoky tunnels. You take your time, slowly squeezing Tricky through the narrow corridors, half expecting to once again bump into some form of hellhound or some other creature in the smoky darkness. All the while, you hear the tinging of an anvil, the laborers that you've seen firsthand ahead, but you bump into nothing, and before long you find yourself standing at the precipice to this open room. With your masks donned and ducked low, you can see below the smoke. Staring into this room now, once again you see this strange, gray-skinned, worn old dwarf with a mane of fire, toiling away, crafting something in front of his bench. Behind him, the forge well lit, bathing him in a warm golden light, almost shadowing him from how much fire emanates from behind him. Calmly he mutters to himself as he continues to work on something, paying you no mind. What would you like to do?
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. It didn't say that above the door when we walked in, did it?
Well, we know how this goes. This creature is clearly cursed.
I mean, he's a dwarf. Shouldn't you just try and talk to him?
Play nice.
We did I'm pretty sure we did knowledge rolls last time we encountered this guy, but I don't remember what we learned.
It's been a minute.
Can we just redo them?
Yeah, if you'd like to. Sure. Go ahead and give me, occult or religion.
Let me remember how to play.
We're gonna do religion. Basically, I want to know if this is like an undead or if this is a cursed spirit.
Sure.
What are we doing?
Occult or religion?
Oh, I can do occult.
Yeah, what are you looking for, Monet? What are you
Guys,
trying
I
to
have
find
no
out?
fucking idea what's going on here. I rolled a natural 1.
I'm just checking this guy out to see if he's a person or like some sort of like a summoned.
Just like what's going on with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me an occult check. Maybe you can pick up where Rootmoore could not.
Some sort of specter.
It's impossible. We don't know what this is.
23.
Monet, in your time in the library, you remember reading some odd book here or there about something known as a forge spurned.
Huh?
You remember them being evil dwarves who die having failed to live up to the exacting standards of their deity, whether that be the standards of the Drogar or of Droskar himself. You know that the punishment for failure sometimes resulted in them being forced to return to the material plane as an undead abomination.
Wow.
And it's called a forged spurn?
Forge spurned.
Forge spurn.
In fact, as you look over him now, the telltale signs reveal themselves to you. Pupilless eyes, leathery flesh, grayish tint to their skin, and with a hair and beard made of smoke and fire. You know that if they're newly formed, they can almost be mistaken for living creatures, but Upon closer examination through your tinted goggles, looking through the smoke, you can make out now that he is well weathered and worn. Almost as if he's been here for a century, maybe 2.
So they change even after their reawakening.
Correct.
Wow.
Almost as if their necromantic, revisitation to the world has been grossly influenced by the thing that makes them return.
Scarab wants to do something crazy.
It's undead.
Something else that stands out to you, Monet, is all along this creature. Maybe you missed it the first time because of the smoke, or maybe because of the chaos that ensued, but this dwarf, if you could even call him that anymore, as he works on the forge, you note that wrapped around his neck, his arms, his torso, maybe even down to his legs, though you can't see, are a series of chains. And as he begins to forge and work upon the slab of metal that he's currently hammering, you can hear now clearly more than ever before the selfsame whispers that you heard shifting throughout the floor. The whispers seem to emanate from the chains themselves, just the constant
Oh, the seal is fracturing.
Could we free him? Free him from these bonds.
I've got one way to free him, and Rootmoore cast heal on him.
Okay. I guess I didn't have to say anything.
roll for initiative.
Rootmoore, sometimes...
Well, you said he's undead.
I did say that he's undead, but
That's all we need to hear.
Roll
Okay.
for initiative.
Scarab slowly puts his hand.
Wrong buttons. Dang it.
that's...
Yes.
I said what I said and I meant what I said. I guess I didn't need to say anything.
Here we go.
What does Monet say in character? 'Cause I don't
Exactly
know
what I said.
Okay.
All right, well, starting with
I
the
said
offender.
what I said and I meant what I said. I guess I didn't need to say anything.
Rootmoore, what'd you
Oh,
get
yeah.
for
Didn't
initiative?
even roll. I was stunned.
Yeah, me too. It's okay.
18 perception. Or initiative. Golly, it's been a long time since we recorded. Oh my gosh.
Scarab, what'd you get?
A lobotomy.
Let's see here. 20. Ooh, don't mess this up. 23.
And Monet?
13. She was still looking.
All right, Scarab, give me one more roll.
Okay, I did not say, did want to say that Scarab was going to get on Tricky. Or no.
You're on him.
Yeah.
You made your way through the tunnels. We're counting it that way.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like at this point that's implied unless you say he's off of him, pretty much.
I was thinking
Give me a roll off with your perception.
that's a natural 20 for a 33.
All right, you are first to go.
Oh, hell yeah.
I will... Sorry, 1 second. I goofed. Let me sort this out. Let's go ahead and move you guys on the map. I'm going to go ahead and just put Tricky right there. We'll put you in front since you would have had to squeeze through.
I know what huge mistake I made.
Actually, let's
Oh my
bump this
gosh.
around right there. All right, Scarab, you see Rootmoore beginning to pray to Torag, beginning a heal. You have an opportunity, should you choose to do anything. It doesn't seem like yet that the creature has reacted to anything, as the heal has not yet gone off. Rootmoore, we are counting your first turn. When it comes, you will be casting heal, I assume, at the 2-action variant for the
Yes,
range?
sir.
Okay, so we'll hold that.
These chains that
It's almost like the first time you saw him. His head is down. He's working over an anvil, just constantly ting, ting, tong, like hitting away at this thing. He's working a rather large-looking slab of metal, and the whole time he's just murmuring. You can barely make it out. Just something under his breath, like just a
Toil, work away, make it right, keep the angle straight.
just not even paying any attention to you.
Yeah, so I was gonna say we might even just be able to walk past him and go down. Now Monet didn't say that, but that's what I was working toward.
We are only in initiative right now because Rootmoore is preparing to cast that.
Yeah.
is it going to go off?
That is, I am holding him to that. On his turn, he will cast for his first action 2 actions, the 2-action heal.
Yeah.
So you have until his turn if you want to do anything. Or try anything, or whatever.
What's beyond those stairs? Can I
So directly behind him is a forge. That's where that kind of
Wait.
glow is on the map there.
Yes.
It's
Oh, are
not-
those not
it's-
stairs?
This is the forge. I'm pinging it right now.
Uh-huh.
There's a set of stairs here that is not shown very well.
Oh, okay.
So behind the dwarf and to the right, in the back, the northeastern corner of this chamber, that is about 30 feet across and maybe about, 20 feet wide. No, sorry. 30 feet across and about 20 feet deep. There's a forge directly behind him that is emanating fire and light, and then in the northeastern corner there's a set of stairs heading downwards. To his left, or to his right, the west of you, is a large quenching barrel that you remember from last time. Just a vast 5-foot wide squat barrel of water.
Crazy.
Now, if you're wondering, Rootmoore has this look in his eyes. Like, he's not leaving until this guy falls.
I think Scarab would see this start happening, as if like the energy is like raising somewhere in Rootmoore.
Yeah, you can almost see him start to glow. You can hear under his breath the chants as he begins to pray to Torag.
Jeez, I'm thinking my economy here. What are the odds that Scarab... Maybe not what are the odds, but what would you say about Scarab readying an attack to fire at the dwarf? Because that would cost 2 actions?
Yeah, 2 actions to ready
Yeah.
1.
And that would like... What would you say if I did a knowledge check, readied an action to fire at the dwarf the moment he like makes a move, didn't give Tricky any actions, and then had Tricky walk as Tricky's
Okay.
companion?
2 parts. 1, if you're going to ready an action.
But I guess the moment you ready an action, it's done.
If you ready an action, it's 2 actions to ready the 1. So you can't do the knowledge check because that
Okay.
on its own is 1.
I was worried about using all of the actions
If
to
you
then.
were to ready an action to do an action, you could still have Tricky move because he has that companion feat that lets him move 1 when not commanded. So
That's-
you could still do that. So you
or-
could move and ready an action.
Yeah, I feel like... So that staircase seems big enough for Tricky to move.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not shown very well on the map here, but this one is about close to 10 feet wide, probably about 8 feet wide, and it descends downward, much like the staircase that you came down to get to this floor.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Idea here is when things go haywire, I don't want to squeeze. So.
Yeah.
Scarab is going to level his weapon, ready in action, and Tricky is slowly going to walk to the other side of the room. That's it.
Okay. You circle around him, leveling your weapon and holding it in place just in case something happens, and it moves to the creature's turn. As you move through the room, he doesn't even acknowledge your existence. The entire time, just hammering away, just ting, 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 and you get a closer look as you're moving past, and you can see this large slab of metal that he's working on, much like last time when he had formed a twisted blade and discarded it. He's formed some sort of large shield, almost. This one, you get a glimpse. It looks very intricate, very ornate, as he's hammering away at the edges, trying to finish off the shape. But you can note that in his face, as you pass, there's an intense look of concentration, his eyes burning almost like an ember-like burn as he stares down at this. But there is also a scowl of displeasure, like no matter what he does, it's not enough.
Scarab's just like, damn, does he have like a room full of this shit?
I mean, looking around, you
To
can
sell?
see that
That's crazy.
there's, in the furnace in the north part of the room,
Not even a haunted item. It's made by a ghost.
last time you saw, when he was displeased with it, without looking, he hurled it behind his back and it landed in the forge. Almost like the discarded metal was then used to stoke the fire.
Damn.
And
it's just forever.
And the smoke you can see that's billowing into the tunnels is coming from this forge behind him. There's appears to be some sort of like flume or chimney that is just not taking in the smoke like it should, and as a result it's rising up and then billowing up over onto the roof of the cavern that you're in, and then slowly wafting its way towards the tunnels and spilling down into it and through it.
Yeah.
I think we should put out the forge.
There's probably here and there behind him those that didn't make it into the forge. There's probably several scattered weapons, bits of armor, other works that are partially finished, just clattered around the forge.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking note of that.
Anybody got a huge bucket?
There's a big old bucket right there.
But it is his turn now. And as it is his turn, you watch. And he sits and he continues to hammer away. Again, not even looking in your direction, not even acknowledging your existence. And just under his breath, just, not enough, not good enough, not sharp enough. More for Droskar, more.
Okay.
And it goes to Rootmoore's turn.
It will never be enough. This is what Droskar looks like. Like, Rootmoore feels like he is fighting Droskar right now. And
Look, Scarab can't hate you on this, but damn, we could probably just walk through.
I know,
Let's
but
go.
I mean, just imagine if
No, dude.
you're walking around with Jesus and Jesus is like, here's my powers. Oh, and by the way, that's the devil. What are you going to do? You know? That's how Rootmoore feels
Dude,
right
totally
now.
get it. There's definite, yeah. Let's go, brother.
Here comes the 2-action heal spell. Sorry, guys.
No, I'm in.
He gets a fortitude save, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and roll that now. Ooh, very good roll.
Ooh, 36 heal.
That is a
Big, dude.
34 fortitude.
Oh!
He is a dwarf.
That's a crit success.
So he takes no damage.
I believe so.
Make sure. Probably.
If it's the standard time.
Yeah, no damage.
Damn.
Rootmoore, that was a massive roll. As your holy energy begins to encompass you and you project it forward,
Does he even notice it?
forcing forth the goodwill of Torag, he does react.
Yeah, it is Torag.
There's a moment when the light begins to bathe around him, and you can see that not only among the smoke billowing into the room, as the light encompasses him, you can now notice there's like steam wafting off of him that makes the light look more like wavy from your distance. And he, for a moment, he stops, hammer goes up, and he just halts in place. And his head raises up, and it's looking right at you.
Good evening.
Scarab is shaking.
You look like you needed a little help.
So the betrayer returns.
Betrayer my ass!
And he will go ahead and take his turn now.
Scarab fires.
Rootmoore
does.
still has an action.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
this is
yeah, okay.
a lot of things happen at once.
Oh, okay.
One. In order, he would take his turn when your turn ends, but he takes an action as he ends. So finish your last action.
Okay.
You've got one.
So sorry, I'm excited.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. We got 3
Yeah.
different turns melding here. So
Oh,
Rootmoore.
Meanwhile, Monet's looking down in the book and be like,
Oh, here's the answer.
she's like, oh, you know what? I've read about these before.
So Rootmoore, you've
I would love
got one more.
I would love for her to speak on
Oh,
this.
she's going to. I'm waiting.
10, 15. Rootmoore runs up adjacent to him.
Okay, so Rootmoore sprints into the room, hammer at the ready. As he does, you see Scarab. All of this strange undead dwarf muscles begin to just bulge, like like he's about to move, and you react.
Doing my daily PP.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Holy.
I hope that's sarcastic shaking your head for good and not for bad.
One of them was a natural one. That's going to be a 26 to hit.
That is a hit.
Oh yes!
Okay. Gonna be a Reggie hit. But
Every
still,
bit. Every
much
bit's
better
gonna
than
matter.
one. Holy shit. I
Reggie
do
hits
not-
from Scarab are pretty good. So.
They're all right. They're all right. Eh. That's going to... This is a good thing. Now that I have a magical gun now, that's going to be 9 magical piercing.
Cold iron as well.
And cold iron. Cold iron. Could affect him. Yeah, that's it.
9 points, cold iron, magical piercing.
Lock in, boys!
Shit.
As your shot rings out and your bullet flies across the room, it collides with the shoulder of this creature, who barely seems to react. Obviously, his body moves to the force of the bullet, but it just shifts him aside. But his eyes are still fixated on Rootmoore as he rushes into the room, his hammer still raised.
Oh, thank God!
And all of you can see and hear as he just sucks in breath through his nose, and you can see all of the smoke from the ceiling pour into his nose, and he almost inflates to a comical size for a moment before he opens his jaw unnaturally wide and just as black smoke and embers billow out of his mouth, filling out a 20-foot radius from his point. I need a reflex save from both Rootmoore and Scarab and Tricky.
Would this activate a reactive strike?
I don't believe so. No.
Wait, and Monet?
Are you within 20 feet? You are exactly within 20 feet.
Okay.
So yes.
And this is pure reflex. Because, at least I know Monet and Scarab, we're masked up. But this is just a reflex, nothing that has to do with breathing.
No. No. This is purely a reflex save.
Yeah, I've got a mask on too.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you said it or not.
Natural 20.
Good.
Ah!
All right, Rootmoore, natural 20 for a total of
32.
beautiful. And Scarab.
Scarab and Tricky. 20.
Whoa!
20 total.
Both of them got 20s.
And Monet.
24.
Okay. Rootmoore, you critically succeed. And so you take no damage as this hot, acrid smoke billows over you.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a fucking bee.
Monet, as the smoke begins to encompass you, you feel the smoke has like a heavy acidic nature to it, as well as the burning embers within it, and you are lightly scalded. And you will take half of this damage.
Oh, is this fire damage?
Correct.
Monet's immune.
You are immune to fire damage. You're not. You're
Slowly
shaking your
shakes
head.
head.
Would have been nice.
You should have just went with it. I believed you.
I would have, but
Super
you would have been a
lie.
shitty person.
I wouldn't actually do that. That's fucked up.
Can I get 2 friend D6s?
Of course
we're all
you
friends
can.
here.
You're not. No, you're
I
bad Droskar
love
right
you
now.
so much. Here you go.
Yeah, sorry, not for me, not on this one. How dare you even ask?
Damn, that rolled a 6 off the table, too. A lot of 2s. A couple 6s. The friend dice both got 6s.
Gross.
Rootmoore, you take no damage. Monet, you will take 11 points of fire damage.
Eesh, begeesh.
Scarab and Tricky will take 23 points of fire damage.
God.
Rootmoore, the first time was a fluke. You should heal again.
Nah, just kidding. I mean, Scarab's still in stamina, but Tricky.
Something else to note, and I am sorry to do this, but Scarab and Tricky, as this wave of hot, burning, ashen smoke makes its way towards you, you immediately feel your eyes begin to burn, and you reflexively move your hand up to shield your face, but you are blinded for 1 minute, the both of you.
Question. We are wearing, like, gas masks.
Correct.
And, like, the only reason I bring this up is because you had brought up before that, like, Monet was wearing, like, tinted goggles.
You're correct. I will forgo that.
I mean, it would happen to Tricky.
Yeah,
Tricky's not wearing a mask.
It would happen to Tricky. So Tricky is blinded for 1 minute. What are you pointing at? I can't read.
I was gonna say the item says like it's got a +1 bonus to the saves or whatever.
Yeah, the +1 wouldn't. It was a DC. Oh, actually, you got a 20, right?
Yeah.
It is a DC 21.
So with
you made
that
it.
added, it
So
would happen.
for the, I will say that
As far as that effect, like I would consider that a fortitude. Well,
Yeah, it says for saves.
thing.
I will say
Yeah.
that the way it works, DC 21 basic reflex save in order to avoid the damage, and then it says anybody who failed their saves is also blinded for a minute. But
Mask
I
isn't
will
going to
say-
stop my arms from burning.
right, but I think it would stop you from the blindness. I think 21
Yeah.
on that is enough to say that you're not. But you can feel the smoke walked over you, and you can see that it's obscuring. And so for all of you, nobody is blinded, but for all of you, you can see that it's incredibly difficult to see in this smoke that has been billowed out. And everybody is obscured. So Monet, you can no longer see your two companions. Rootmoore, you can't see your two companions. You can barely make out the burning beard and hair of this Fortspurn that is only 5 feet from you. And Scarab, you are just encompassed in a wave of darkness.
I do have him hunted, so I don't know. I don't remember if I
You
have
have a
to
general
seek
idea,
still.
because you would have seen where he emanated from. You have a general idea of where he is,
There's
but you
like
just
there's a
can't.
little yellow upside down triangle. It's just kind of hard to like focus on it, but it's
Ba-
in there. He's in there.
It's like
basically a
assuming he
D5.
didn't move, you know where he is.
Is it a flat check DC 5 to hit him or something?
For obscured, yes.
Okay.
So, for his third action,
Ugh, I hate this guy. This is awful. This ain't pretty, regardless.
Rootmoore, from the smoke, it begins to dissipate for a moment, and you can hear in the darkness no more the ting of the hammer on the anvil. Now you hear suddenly a whoo, 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 and the smoke begins to move away from you. As you can see, he's whirling above him a chain with a rather menacing looking hook on it. A chain that flies through, bursting through the smoke as it attempts to hook into your side. That's a natural 20.
Oh,
Oh
no!
my god, is he named?
Oh, I'm sure he is.
He is not named.
Okay.
So
Wow.
we're just doing double damage here. Still, that's a lot.
I'm sure.
Don't forget y'all's PPs. Period.
Yeah. Part of me was thinking like, oh, I should have used the PP to give him disadvantage, but it's like, it's just a regular, quote unquote, regular attack, you know?
That's a pretty big one altogether.
Yeah.
Rootmoore, this hook does, in fact, find purchase. It goes right over your shoulder. You can feel the chain swing around your back, pulling at your armor. Before, on your back left side, you feel the hook claw into your middle and begin to tug at you. You take 24. I'm sorry.
It's very Kermit of you.
24. It's because I'm nervous too.
Actually, plus 15.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on.
Oh, Miss Piggy.
Math. Oh, Rootmoore, this is a massive hit. You will take 34 points of slashing damage and 8 points of fire damage.
Jesus.
42.
42 total.
That's a crit.
Big crit. I rolled, to be 100% transparent, on the 48, 6, 6, 5, and 7, and on the 2d6 fire damage, 4 and 4.
All of his stamina was gone in one shot. He had 40 stamina. That's wild.
So, bringing stamina back, can you just like pop a resolve and have that stamina back even
No.
if you're not down?
It
No.
takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, period. Okay. I just want to, it's been a while.
I think there's feats and stuff for that to get like a portion of it back. But,
yeah. But as far as it goes, like you're only using stamina to get back up.
Yep.
All right, baby. How's everyone doing at home? You guys enjoying the show? I hope you are.
Double checking to see if there's anything else going on here, but I believe that is it. I have also rolled for how many turns that AoE smoke will persist. And that means it is now Monet's turn. You're assuming he didn't move. You have an idea roughly of where he is.
So, first things first, I think Monet is a bit lost in her thoughts, and she's like, "Oh, so he's like an evil entity. He's stuck here." And so she says, like, I don't think there's any point in us talking to like eyes closed, eyes closed, thinking. She's like, I don't think there's any point in us talking to him, but I think we could probably just walk past him because he's okay.
Yeah. When we animate this, it's gonna be so wonderful. Just from like behind Monet's back, and then you see off into the room, the other two just take off, and shit just starts blowing up, and you're just in Monet's head. Like, oh. Well, we can just walk past him. Gets all smoky. You can't read ananymore.
Playing Candyman in the background.
Yeah, and then she gets hit with like heat. She's like, "Oh, god damn it!" So Monet will summon up a swirl of stones, and in this general area here.
Need a pulse. Oh, okay, that works.
She will do her tremor.
Okay. Does that require a save?
Unfortunately, it does require a fortitude save.
I'd say this best save.
I know.
You don't forget
But it's
your
oh,
PPs.
and I'm gonna use a PP to
There we
give
go.
you make you roll twice. Take the worst.
All right.
Let's get a fucking 1 on this. Come on, everyone, raise your
Come
hands
on,
to the
come on.
ceiling.
First
We need
one.
all your energy, Mom.
Natural 14. Second one. Natural 5.
Hell
Yes! Yes!
Thank you for your energy.
For a total of a 20.
That is a failure. Yeah. Okay, so you will take 1d8 plus 2d10.
What attack is this?
Tremor.
Tremor.
Oh.
So it is
I don't have
basically
that
she just unleashes a small localized tremor in a 10-foot burst. So it will cause difficult terrain in that area that I drew out.
More yet where I need to be.
10 foot, like I just did that. That's not exactly correct.
Rootmoore, from where you're standing, as you're like wrapped in this chain and hooked up, you can see barely behind him, you can see the tiles on the floor begin to shift, like they're rippling. And while he's holding onto you, he just starts becoming drastically unsteady, and you can hear a rumbling, a grinding of stone on stone as the earth begins to shift beneath him.
There we go. Okay. So that area, the purple area, is difficult terrain.
Hell yeah.
And this guy takes not much. He takes 9. He's 9 bludgeoning damage.
9 damage, but he's on difficult terrain.
Okay.
And Monet's elements are discharged.
Okay. So, Rootmoore, as you're seeing him like now on this shifting terrain, like as the tiles begin to slip around underneath him and wobble and shift, they collide with each other, forming drastic spikes that burst up from the cobblestone beneath him, almost entrapping him in place.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And
His
then,
chains break. He's free, but then the stone keeps him in place, and he's stuck again.
do you have anything else, Monet?
Yes. She can do one more thing. Monet will extract element.
Fire? Take his fire away so he looks like a silly gray bald man.
So you extract element matter from the creature's body to weaken its power for your own. Target creature within 30 feet. That has a trait matching one of your...
Sorry, Rootmoore, take his armor. Take it away.
What are your traits?
Earth.
Sorry, better question. Is one of your traits fire?
Her gates are earth, metal...
And lightning, right?
But girl, there do be stone and steel all around us.
air.
Yeah, not his trait. His trait is expressly fire.
Okay.
Can you steal from his anvil? Not that would do anything mechanically.
No. She will just channel her elements again. So. Yeah, she'll just go ahead and re-channel her elements. I said she'll channel her elements.
I was looking at the ceiling like,
As you draw your elements back to you, you can see through the smoke just little like soup, 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 as like bits of metal and fragments begin pulling themselves from further into the forge and whirling around you, pulling in some of that smoky air as well as it begins swirling around you. And that brings us to the end of round 1. Round 2 starts with Scarab. Let me double check something.
I'm triple checking my hunt prey.
You are starting your turn in the area, so there is a reflex save required for you and Tricky. I should have done the same for Monet and for Rootmoore. My apologies.
Alright, I can do it now.
This is bad.
Yeah, go ahead and give me that reflex save, Monet.
Rootmoore hasn't started a turn in it yet.
No, because yours went before he did it. So you're okay.
Okay.
It's a 19.
Does it fully count for Monet being half in, I guess?
That is a fail for Monet. It does. I need those friendship D6s back.
You got any, Emad? This man doesn't get
Still
shit
feeling-
from me.
Still feeling friendly?
I have another one if you want.
I'm having bad luck with my
Just
die.
to make
Maybe
the
it's
game move along, that's all.
I mean, y'all's D6s got the best rolls last time.
Ew, guys. Maybe you need one of mine. I'm not having
Okay,
good luck
no.
with the
Not
die.
very good. Not very good. That's a 1. Very nice stylized 1 on that. Okay. Monet, what'd you get?
I told you, 19.
19? That is a fail. So you will take, out of 66, you will take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Wow.
Scarab, what'd you get?
Scarab got a 22,
Oh yeah, I can see from here that I rolled a 1.
And Tricky got?
23.
We both rolled 1.
Both succeed. Both of you will take 4 points of damage. Very
yeah.
poor. On 66, 4 1s, 2 2s.
Wow.
Thank goodness.
We did
Yeah.
good, Emad. We
No,
did
big,
good.
Big.
Can I have my die back?
Now I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to need it more. Trust me.
I'd
I'm
prefer
gonna
if I could have
specifically
my.
look for a spell that uses D6s.
I'd prefer to have my die back,
I'll give it back to you when you need it.
but it's my die.
All right. I will ask you repeatedly, and you're just going to have to reach for it again and again.
Thanks for giving me Emad's. Damn it!
That's yours. Dumbass.
I thought you were gonna give me Emad's too, and I was
Love you.
excited about it. Love you.
Okay.
I'm loving.
Scarab, you are good to proceed with the rest of your turn.
Okay, so I still can't see him.
Correct. You have a rough idea of where he is, but he is obscured. So in order to hit, you need to pass a DC 5 flat check.
Does the gas mask give me a +1 to my searching in smoke? Or is that just check? Well, it's a check.
Okay, he is currently considered hidden, but I believe you can try to seek him
+1
with a seek
bonus to
action
any
in order to
initial
observe him.
saves. Okay, it's just saves against stuff. Okay, so I'm going to seek to be able to attack him. I get a +2 because he's my hunted prey. 25.
So 25, that would go against his being hidden, which that's enough. You see him. You know exactly where he's at. You can make it out somewhere between the swirling smoke. You can see the fiery tinge of orange that makes up his hair and beard. And you can even barely make out your comrade being wrapped in his chain as he's like holding it, pulling it high above his head.
Crazy question. Would being in that big old bowl of water help me out in this reflex fiery situation? As a little guy.
Yeah. If you were to submerge yourself in water, you imagine that it would mitigate the effects of the hot air around you.
Okay.
I'd allow that.
Shit.
Just remember, anything on the map that is bluish purple is difficult terrain.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's brutal. I'm so sorry. Now that since I'm at the stairs, is there any visible point? What's it look like? Can I go further down and get safe from this heat and still be able to see the guy, or does it curve off?
Because it's a downward staircase, it's much like the one that you first entered with, where it goes down maybe about like 10-15 feet and then curves off and goes down, where there's a landing. You could move down to avoid the heat blast,
But
because
then,
you know heat rises, but you wouldn't be able to see him at the same time.
Yeah.
But if you were to make an attack and then say retreat, you could start your turn out of the heat and then maybe move your way back in.
God, this is crazy.
Very crazy. I rolled really well on how long this shit persists.
God, I just don't know if it's best to just play it safe. Scarab's gonna fire.
Okay. Come on, Scarab. Big hit.
Cursed one! It's time to go home! Be free!
Critical fail.
Yeah, that was a 1. God's willing though.
Uh-oh!
Did you poo-poo in your pants?
What a time to play that one.
Oh. Scarab fires at this dwarf and maybe... I don't know. He's so unsure about everything that's going on. He fires at this dwarf. It rings off. It hits one of the chains. Not doing anything. But if the dwarf has any reactions, they can go off right now. So sorry, Rootmoore. if that's the rules.
All right.
Your shot goes through the smoke. Perhaps even in your ability to detect him, maybe it wasn't enough to see the chains that wrap around him. Your bullet collides with it, ricocheting with a loud ping that makes him flinch backwards as if he's been hit. But he slowly glares down back at Rootmoore, fire in his eyes, and he has no reactions.
Hell yeah, dude.
Damn.
Simply a miss.
We learned something today.
Damn it! Damn it, Tricky!
Tricky and Scarab. Tricky is going to call upon, or Scarab's going to call upon Tricky to move forward and strike at this creature.
Okay.
With a tusk!
17 to hit.
That is a miss.
Oh,
Crazy, dude. I knew it when I woke up this morning.
The arm not holding the chain as you approach with the smoke, sending it spewing aside. This massive boar ready to gore. It bows its head and thrusts up, and as its tusk comes ready to collide with him, his strong muscular arm reaches out and grabs the tusk, halting it in place, holding it back while the other holds Rootmoore with the chain.
Tricky!
That's it.
And it's Rootmoore's turn.
We need to get out of here. This thing really hurts. Am I considered grabbed? Was that?
I need a reflex save.
Oh, yeah.
Can I borrow this friendship die again? That
Of
Felicia made me get
course.
because she
I
wanted...
don't want to.
Hey, which one's
I
the
can
bad?
give you 2.
Which one's just as bad?
Okay, you give me 2. Okay, not... it's a little all over.
I'm hearing.
You said reflex, right?
Shit.
Correct.
Come on, baby. Fart knocker. That's a fail. 18.
That is a fail. You take 20 points of fire damage.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
I'm just going to hold on to these. You let me know when you need them. I'm going to need them more than you, at least for a few more rounds.
Okay.
He's bluffing.
Neat.
Are you still up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You may proceed. You feel the burning ash as it envelops you. Even through the mask, you can feel it singeing against your skin. You can feel that as you breathe in through the filters that you've crafted for yourself and for your allies, that it's almost not enough. It's barely saving you, but it's hot. And it fills your lungs with this acrid taste.
Like a burnt coil.
Like some kind of burnt toast.
Oh,
I want toast.
Yeah, Rootmoore's gonna slap a heal on himself, a 2-action heal. Bringing his HP all the way up.
nice.
Okay.
And then his last action.
You are not grabbed, by the way, to your question.
Okay.
You're flavor grabbed, not technically grab. The hook is still embedded in your side, wrapped in these chains, the same chains wrapped around him, and you hear the whispers even in the smoke, just the...
Yeah. I'm going to spend a PP to do a regular attack on him.
Come on, brother.
Come on, big.
Regular big old hammer from Torag attack.
Come on.
Rootmoore, use big old hammer from Torag attack.
33 to hit.
Critical hit.
Yeah, dude!
Yes, finally.
And something that I've been screwing up on, but luckily he usually kills people with one swing. He gains the weapon specialization effect, so I need a fortitude save.
Beautiful. Okay. Fortitude save. Not a good one. 19.
That's it.
That is a fail. He is
Yeah!
not
That's
prone.
I was literally just thinking about tripping this dude, but I was like, fuck!
All right, roll your damage.
Yeah, brother! Donk! Bing bong!
Ooh! Big hammer! Oh.
Double the extra little guy, too. And if your specialization adds anything else.
Wow. 13 plus 14
27.
plus 6, 33.
33 bludgeoning damage. Wow, monstrous hit.
No magic in there, no love.
I mean, it's plus 1. That's it.
Well, that's magic, right? Magic damage does stuff sometimes.
Yeah, it's technically magic since it's plus 1.
Rootmoore,
but-
you feel the righteousness of Torag after it failed against this creature just pulse within you. Your muscles bulge as you rear down and you lay into this dwarf with a furious uppercut with your hammer. Send him flying up into the air, loosening the chains around you, wrenching free that hook that was in your side as it sends him flying down to the ground. Massive hit.
Woo!
Good job, brother.
But still, he is saying, we need to go.
Says you!
It for your turn, yeah?
That's it.
It is now the creature's turn.
He's not gonna let us!
The creature's eyes shoot open, sparks in his pupils as he realizes he's on the ground and he begins to stand in place.
Reactive strike. Come on, give me another big one. Give me another big one. Come on, come on. Okay, that's gonna be a hit. That's 28 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah. Get him.
Yeah, big damn it. 15 bludgeoning. No, 18 bludgeoning. I forgot to add that.
18 bludgeoning damage. As the dwarf begins to stand, your hammer swings down, colliding with his back, and he staggers in place, struggling to stand at this point. You can see that his determined face belies his weakness. His body is quaking to stand, every muscle twitching and bulging in order to resist the amount of torment it's gone through, but his eyes lock with yours. Not good enough. Not done yet.
No, we're not. I'm sweaty.
Dude, massive. Massive turn.
Once again, you hear the as he spins the hook above his head, swings at you. It is a 26 to hit.
That's it.
Okay, normal hit, not as bad. 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And
okay.
4 points of fire damage. 15 total.
Give me a second. I'll see if it's worth it.
If it's a reaction, you've already used
You are correct. I just saw that it is a reaction. Thank you. Never mind. So it's 15 total, right?
Yes, 15 total.
Sorry, Emma.
No, you're good. Thank you.
So that way you don't have to make the choice.
Yeah, and also whenever I screw up and I'm editing and I hear it, it's like I fucking hate myself.
Instead of the finality of the first attack against you where the hook embedded itself, this one instead just slashes across your front, catching your exposed parts before it whips around above his head again, just when he goes for another. This one's probably a miss at a 15.
Yeah, it's a miss.
That one clinging off of your shield harmlessly. Him spinning in place, going for a third hook strike. Which once again clangs off of your armor. Natural 6.
Yes! Okay.
And we move to Monet.
Now, that anvil, I imagine, is metal.
Correct.
So, if I were to do a lightning dash, metal is
Conductive. I would allow it.
So this is the question I have. Would I
Before-
end up in the forge?
Your question. I need to ask you to make a reflex save.
It's like your best save.
Not great. That is my best save, and that was a shit roll. So that is, yeah, it's a fail.
It's been a rough party.
It is a 17.
That is a fail. Unfortunate. Good amount of damage here. 23 points of fire damage.
Jesus Christ! God
Oh my
damn!
God.
God damn! Okay.
Zetas, Lopetas.
Okay. That
Now-
has singed through her clothing at this point.
Nice.
Okay, so would Monet end up in the forge if she were to do a lightning dash? It is a 30-foot dash.
You can't stop it at any point.
No.
The forge itself has a stone perimeter to it.
So it would
you would
stop
stop
her.
at 25 feet in front of it. I wouldn't
Okay.
make you go up and over and into the molten metal.
Okay, I just wanted to ask that because if that were the case, then she would just walk around him and dash back towards.
No, I think you're okay to do that.
If she thought that would. So Monet will start sparking, until she is just a glowing ball of electricity, and she will
Lighten up that sploot.
dash forward as a bolt of lightning to right behind him. I'm going to need a reflex save,
Yeah.
Big save here.
and I'm going to use PE.
Oh, give me disadvantage, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Rude.
Grabbing that pee-pee.
All right, reflex is not his best. It's his weakest, in fact.
This one I give it to you.
At disadvantage.
Write that one down.
Oh my god. Would you believe I rolled 2 natty 19s?
You liar.
No, I wouldn't believe that.
Stop.
Feel free. It's right there.
I'm not even gonna look at it.
You can. Oh, this is the golden PP.
It is a golden PP that I used for that bullshit.
Hang on.
So that is a total of a 24.
This pass. So
I
you will
still
take-
have damage though.
Yes.
It's still half damage.
Okay.
Hit me with that half damage.
That is still. Let me just say this. That is still barely a pass. You son of a bitch.
For a 26?
That is still barely a pass. You bastard.
Impressive.
Damn it. That is still barely a pass. You bad person. I don't want to give any shame to either of your parents because I love them both.
Thank you. I have both of them, and I know who they are.
I also know who they are. Okay. So. Damn, that sucks.
It's alright. Roll me damage. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need a DC 5 flat check as well.
Actually, a DC 3 because Monet is a
Yeah.
liminal.
It's allergic.
Yeah, so just roll me that. Don't get a 2 or a 1.
She got a 2. Great.
I knew as soon as I said that.
Why would you say that?
Because I'm the DM.
Okay, cool. Great. That's great. So Monet will now do an elemental blast.
Hang
Hold
on.
on.
Before you do that, this is the electric dash.
Nice.
Monet, you dash through the air, but you feel as you're charging up, sure that you've got him in your sights. He's still glaring at Rootmoore, and you can barely see them through the smoke. But as you charge up and begin to blast, right before you unleash the fury, you suddenly note through the smoke 2 orange orbs glaring right in your direction. And you burst through, expecting to go through him just like you went through the forge. But you end up behind him tilting to the side, having dodged out of the way, barely in time.
I have a thing that I just remembered.
What'd you just remember?
Monet has a +1
A +1 what?
to that roll.
Wait, so it's a
Because she's
DC 3 with a +1?
Let me double check. Let me read it.
Because I thought that it was reduced from 5 to 2 or 2-3 because you have a +2 on that.
Okay. So it's a +1 to locate undetected creatures.
Right, which you did not do.
Yeah. Okay. So no, it's still.
And then you have a side effect that
your
says
flat check to target a concealed creature is DC 3 instead of 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Super unfortunate, but
I'm still mad at you.
with a crack and a bang, you end up suddenly behind this creature. You see he's still in that motion, having just dodged your blow. He's not looking in your direction. He was just barely fast enough to avoid it, but maybe not to follow up with what comes next.
Monet does an elemental blast. Maybe. She does not. She channels her elements.
Ah, I see. Okay.
No, you know what? Screw that. No, she doesn't. Because
I don't have a reverse
Monet.
sound.
That's fine. Monet will punch this guy with her iron fist.
Okay.
Let's go.
Screw it, man.
Got any-
Why not?
Got any
Lay it
cool
on him.
abilities, or is it just flat
It's
more
just
damage?
a straight up, just a punch to the back of his head.
Yeah.
Eat teeth.
Do it.
Is he off balance by any means?
He's not.
And misses. Let's just continue on.
No. he
This
does not.
die is
Fickle?
really pretty. It's a really pretty die.
That's it. It's very fickle.
That is the end of round 2 and on to round 3
Love
with
playing a useless
Scarab.
character.
Scarab, I need a reflex save.
And actually, Monet's difficult terrain is gone now. This die is so cool.
I hope it was really good.
It really looks cool.
Not the die, the roll.
Tricky 30. Scarab 24.
Success for both. You will take half damage. So as the
30 is a
smoke-
success.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Very close to a crit, not quite. As the smoke washes over you again, you feel the waves of heat radiating off of this.
I'm so sorry.
Undead
Is this a ranged attack or is it's just like an aura?
It's an emanation.
Okay. Because if it was like a ranged thing, I could have something that I could do. But
He has a thing where he creates an area, and
And
then
it's
every
just
time you
happening.
start, it
Yeah.
happens.
yeah.
In this case, it would have been 26 points of damage. Cut in half for you and Tricky,
Still so
13 points of fire damage.
So much.
Very big. We're talking fireball repeatedly. Got 4 5s. And then a 4 and a 2. And this is a creature that has not hidden since you observed him, so you still do have him observed.
What size die did you roll for his smoke? Am I allowed to know that?
A bunch of D6s,
It's
I think.
it's 66.
No, not for the damage, but for the time. You know how
it
for
is not.
direct.
It is not a die. It's a save based reflex save.
No, I mean
He said he rolled really high for it.
for how long it stays there, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, it's a
That's
D4.
what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I'm asking.
I'll veil the curtain now. I rolled a 4 on a D4.
Yeah, that's
4
what I thought.
rounds of it. We're now, after his turn on this turn, there will be 2 more rounds.
2 more?
Correct.
Taking the damage.
Yeah, we're
3 times.
Wait, yeah.
So you take the damage 5 times from 4 turns. I'm not surviving another one of these. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, you should just wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean,
Just lay it on him.
Monet might not either, to be completely honest.
Rootmoore did yell for you guys to run.
You do recall, from what you could see of him, that he was shaken from Rootmoore's last onslaught.
I know exactly what's going to happen right here.
Well, fucking 30 plus damage.
Crazy.
Mad lad.
Scarab's going to reload his weapon. He looks at Tricky, who is locked in on this undead creature.
Damn it, die! Die!
Scarab fires.
Can never tell with your faces if it's good or
19
bad.
to hit.
19 is a miss.
God.
Scarab, trembling, looks at Tricky sees that he's not budging, Scarab free action falls to the ground and scampers away down the stairs.
Okay. How far is your movement on that?
With a scamper, since we're adjacent to the enemy, that's going to be, unless they changed it, he's going to move 40 feet away.
You're able to get down to the landing, the floor below, scrambling through the smoke as you can before you suddenly find the first breath of fresh air since you left the well room. Scrambling down the stairs, tumbling almost, collapsing down to the landing below, now in an area of clear. And for Tricky's action,
He's going to strike.
I'd like to use my final gold.
Don't do it.
Never mind.
Don't do it. Thank you, but I rolled, and that's going to be a 29 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you already rolled.
that is a hit.
So I have my hood up so I can't see past this point.
Oh, big damage.
18 damage.
Yeah.
Piercing.
As Tricky charges through the smoke, Rootmoore, you can see like the smoke beginning to swell and surge as something moves through it. Before suddenly there's just a as the smoke clears for a moment around this thing still in front of you, swinging the chain. And there's a tusk embedded just underneath his ribs, hoisting him up into the air for a moment. A look of surprise for the first time, a look of acknowledgement on this creature's face, its fiery eyes burning beneath lids that slowly relax into realization before his body immediately puffs into ash.
Oh, thank you.
Yes! Yeah, dude!
Woo!
Golly.
The chain in the air unravels bit by bit, clinking to the ground, each link of the chain clinking against the stone tile, just before the hook lands flat. The hammer in his hand falls, and the smoke slowly begins to clear.
Wow. Oh my god.
Scarab is screaming and crying down the hall.
That is awesome.
I can read it if you want.
Read, I need a
Whatever you,
second.
whatever you
I can read
need a
super
second.
excited. Give me a second. Let me
Yeah.
bring it up. The Cursed Caravan uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc. used under Paizo community use policy. God.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we do.
Paizo.com/community use. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. The Cursed Caravan is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit Paizo.com. The Cursed Caravan theme music and the beat you're listening to right now is written by Matthew, the one who just screamed. We would like to thank Matthew. We would like to thank Michael Gelfi Studios, the world reference for tabletop RPG audio, the music for our music and ambiance that we use in majority of our episodes. Thank you so much, Michael Gelfi. You can find out more about them at michaelgelfi.com. Check out their Patreon and YouTube links in the description. Leave us a comment, rate us 5 stars on your podcast app of choice, especially Apple Podcasts. Emad, do you have any comments for us?
I do. This one
Golly.
is from on Spotify, episode 41 of Crown of the Kobold King.
Which episode was that?
That was, let's see, this is episode 44.
Was that the
We're
fighting
still
the
in
zombies
town?
in the
This was
graveyard?
fighting the zombies.
Yeah,
Yes.
the graveyard. Okay.
In town, yeah.
This comment is from Wall. We've heard from Wall before. And Wall says, that battle with the electric zombie, etc. was intense.
Oh, okay. So it was in Shavros Vade's tower.
Yes.
One of the best, my most fun fights to be a part of.
Terrifying, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it was wild. I didn't know what to do in that fight. I was fighting willy-nilly.
No,
Pretty
mechanically it was a lot of fun. It led to a really fun roleplay app. That was a great moment. Yeah.
Rootmoore wasn't in there. Just
Yeah,
you've just
it
thank
was so
goodness for
fun.
Rootmoore.
it was so fun.
Oh yeah.
This fight too was fun. Holy shit, I was scared. I was thinking we're gonna have to run again.
I'm so glad that you guys
shaking.
went back to it and that you did it. I'm really curious how how a 4-man party of like level maybe 3s is supposed to take this on.
Yeah.
I don't think.
That's why there's the option to walk around him. But going back to Wall's comment, like, yeah, that zombie fight was that you said you made that fight, Cody.
Correct. Yeah, that is not scripted in the book. That is a purely homebrew fight. Something that just felt right given the circumstance of what's going on in the story.
I felt like we were gonna make it out of it though. That's why I liked the fight so much, was because it was definitely a thinker. But like this one, both the fights that we've had where fog is involved have been very scary.
Yeah, the one that we
Like
had
as
with
a
the kobolds,
as a TPK situation.
Right, calling back to where you guys made the masks, the kobold assault in the middle of the night, sleeping in the reliquary.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between that fight and that tower fight where, I don't know, maybe it's just being able to see the battlefield. Granted, we see it here, but in character, being able to see the battlefield, it's like, okay, I know that if I'm in a bad situation, I kind of put myself there, where fights like tonight, it's just bad.
Yeah.
It's luck of the die.
Personally, I want to say that fight with the electric zombie really scared me because of
When you
what
went to
happened.
channel elements?
Yeah, like
Yes.
for a second,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought
That
that
was
I
cool
was
and nuts.
absolutely
The
screwed.
lightning rods
Yeah.
on the back of the electric zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so glad that I hadn't planned it before. I already had this the battle planned before you made the change with Monet into the electric type.
Air, yeah.
Yeah, before you moved into the air school for your channel elements. And so when that opportunity arose, man, I felt like the Grinch on Christmas.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure you were
ear
just
to
rubbing
ear,
your
girl.
hands together for episodes.
Ooh. Because I had almost, even after you made the change, I hadn't thought, yeah, no, go do electricity because of this. I didn't think about that. It came about later after the fact, and I was like, this guy has an ability that literally only one party member can activate. And so when it did happen, it was one of those just like really cool moments where it was just a coincidence of fate. And also the fight in general was it was fun. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of thinking to be had and a lot of story to be unveiled from dealing with that. So I'm really glad that you guys made that choice to go there and, deal with the problem and then have your conversation with Sharvros.
Yeah,
Thank you
like,
so much, Wall.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Amazing.
Means a lot. It's good hearing feedback from listeners. It's awesome.
Anybody out there that's feeling like afraid to speak as well, just please do it. Please do it. We want this community. We want you to speak.
Yeah, it's
Also-
not even a matter of like social engagement for like I don't. It's not about like trying to hit the algorithm or anything. We just want to hear from y'all.
That'd be amazing. But we do this to hear that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's just fun to talk about, to get us talking about it, and hopefully, if you've listened this far, you actually like hearing us talk. So, if it fuels that forward, man, lay that log on the fire.
Also, we're all nerds and we don't have friends, so
Sure.
I'm trying
So,
to
like,
learn how to do it online because
hearing-
real life's hard.
These
hearing
fuckers are
y'all-
family, so I literally have no friends.
hearing y'all talk about our episodes and just like
Love you too.
like interacting with what we've done is the most social interaction we have in like a month. So like that's cool.
It's massive. And I was literally, I know I've gotten hints from the friendly dagger, drawing some love towards Tricky. I've seen your comments, Justin. And it's an animal companion. They're extra. But I was literally, my face is warm. I was crying. Because behind my curtain, Tricky has 13 HP left. It was over. It was over, and I resigned to that.
Yeah.
And holy man,
You made the final blow, dude. That was awesome.
Tricky's got a way with doing that, and it's pissing me off. Tricky needs to walk away sometimes.
See y'all, you guys talking about what we do in the podcast makes Emad cry and it makes Matt cry. So like make them cry, you know
I'm
what I'm
not
saying?
crying.
I cried
But
hard.
yes,
I'm warm.
please.
I can cry right now again.
Please continue to leave comments. You can leave us comments on any podcast app that you use. Oh, you can also leave us some comments on YouTube. We have YouTube. We also have Instagram. We have We have Bamboo Trauma. That's Emad's YouTube channel. Please go check that out. Leave us some comments on there if you want. Leave Emad some comments about his videos. His videos are really entertaining. And Matt has started branching out to YouTube and Instagram as well with Sweet Boy Toshio. So
please
check those two out.
And if you
Leave us
can't
some
stand
comments.
it, just fall asleep listening to, or put it on low volume for Emad as well. Don't put it on 0 volume because then the algorithm won't pick it up at all. Keep it a little low and fall asleep to it.
So leave us some comments. We have all of our information in our description. You can also email us at thecursedcaravan@gmail.com. Thank you so much for being a traveler on the Cursed Caravan. Goodbye.
Well, before that, I want to know a little bit more about the fight we just did. Like,
we're gonna do some talking.
Yeah,
they get to hear us talk like we do IRL.
Yep. What do you want to know?
completely avoidable, right?
Technically, yeah, you can go around it. You could take the well.
Okay.
It's a little hard with the party comp because we talked about getting tricky down the well would be...
No, I mean like walking past him. Completely avoidable.
This room, period.
Potentially. Okay. You definitely got the feeling that like he was in his own world for a moment. As long as you probably didn't interrupt him in any sort of way. Granted, who knows what way the DM decides is interrupting, but
yeah,
as long as you don't interrupt his work, he probably would have just kept going.
Because I know last time Rootmoore kept trying to talk to him, and that's probably what started the fight.
Right. I think that Scarab was messing around with something too, because I feel like Scarab was in the room when it all happened, and that's when you were like, "Oh shit, we can't," and made the bail.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those that it's a tricky thing when you're dealing with these time lost entities that are kind of stuck in their place. He's almost playing out like an echo ghost type deal where it's he's continuing to live as if he never died, but he died long ago, perhaps centuries ago.
See, I'm curious. With the knowledge that Monet grabbed and my theorizing mind, was there something in this dungeon that could have lifted his curse specifically?
Potentially.
I was thinking as Scarab, like some of those unfinished, because we heard there were some unfinished and or like, this is worthless, like statues and figurines laying around. Could we have brought one of those to him and been like, hey man, you get another chance.
Why don't you try finishing this?
Yeah. I was curious if we could pull some Disney shit like that.
Could have been. There's a lot going on that has been going on here for a while, and you can tell, even like we've talked about it before, but even in like the architecture of the place, there's plenty of stuff that's like carved smooth, that's been there for a long time, and then stuff that looks like it was smooth and then kind of whittled away, stuff that look like it's been changed, and there's like tunnels going in all kinds of directions. Some of them look like they were made by kobolds, some of them don't look like they were made by kobolds at all, and so it's like there's almost this like fervent desire to keep working, whether it ends up achieving any kind of finished goal or not. And I think that speaks a lot to Droskar, is the idea of like toiling for toil's sake, whereas like Torag is about toiling for good works and good deeds,
having pride in your work.
Yes,
not just to work, but
making something great that benefits people versus just work your ass to the bone like Droskar is. And so I feel like a lot of that is reflected, the whole idea of just like, it's never going to be good enough. You should just work for work's sake and produce for production's sake and go and go and go until there's no more of you left to go. Yeah. And this is kind of like the echo of that. The left behind, the man who never made enough and never stopped, just kept going. For whatever reason, whatever kept him going. Because it's not like you've seen, a surplus of dwarven mummies or dwarven skeletons, aside from like the reliquary had some dwarves for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like outside of that, it's not like there's dwarven bodies strewn about. But for whatever reason, this guy's been here for however long he's been here.
Yeah, that has been a curious thing. We've seen tombs, but not a lot of just like slain dwarves.
Part of me thinks, just a guess, you don't have to say anything, but like that room with all the carvings and stuff, the secret room with all the dwarven names. I think
The one before the trap room?
Yeah.
Or right after the trap room?
Is that
I think this guy's name is possibly on it if he's like
Definitely
someone
could be.
high up in
It
the
would be hard to
ranks.
know, even if it were true, it'd be hard to confirm. It's not like, you
Especially now, he's a pile of ash. Pile of
I hope
ash.
so, but we
Dead
do
as
like,
hell.
know, no name tag on that pile of ash,
But hell,
unfortunately.
if any bones fell or something, it would
What's his
be
name?
worth it to take his
Doesn't matter.
bones. You could heal his soul, you know? That's something that Scarab's worried about, was like the state of his soul. Scarab's caring about weird shit these days.
Maybe you'll have more to ponder on next time.
That's also why Tricky stayed there. I know Rootmoore was ready to make that decision to leave, but Tricky was not going to leave. Tricky was not going to leave.
We've talked about it briefly, but there's like a whole other thing going on with Tricky, some kind of influence that's kind of pushing him towards the eradication of the dead,
Yeah,
the
for-
undead.
For anyone that's listened this far, I'll say it. It's straight from the nature that's happening between the leafy nature that's happening between Scarab and Tricky, and this undead uprising. It's two very opposing forces.
Makes sense. I mean, necromancy on its own is considered evil because it breaks the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
It takes those that were meant to end and start anew through something else out of the equation.
It's
and
a stick in the spokes of alchemy.
yeah, even like religion aside from it being like an unholy act, aside from that, it breaks nature's cycle.
It's another car on the highway.
That's less fertilizer
from
for
nowhere.
the soil. Less fertilizer for the soil, which means fewer plants to feed the herbivores, which means fewer herbivores to feed the carnivores. It just breaks the whole cycle of nature.
The same reason Scarab was worried if the hordes coming from the graveyard, like, is this more than the bodies buried?
Right?
This is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Thank you, everybody,
Yeah.
for listening. Thank you for your comments. Your engagement means a lot. If nothing else, even if you don't engage, just know that you're appreciated for listening and having fun with us as we have fun with this.
Hey, baby, likes
yeah.
are free.
That's
Yeah,
the main
we-
goal, is just enjoying it with our friends, and we hope that you enjoy at least the way that we have fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you don't engage, that's totally fine. I know we give y'all a bunch of shit, like please, but like we see the numbers and we appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah. Period.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
I don't like how Cody got up and he's going through the figurine.
He's going through his drawer.
He's getting his dice.
Balrog.
Is he getting a dice? He already has dice on the table. What is happening? Uh-oh, he's looking for something special.
I'm on metagaming.
Mega gaming. Mega gaming.
I'm a mega gamer.
I'm a mega gamer. He.
We're mega gamers.
All right, we'll be right back after this pee-pee.